I just did a huge makeup haul. So I have here a bunch of things that I just picked up at Ulta, and then I also have some new makeup that I picked up at Sephora. So I figured we would test, well, these things I know from Ulta we're going to test out today. The Sephora things, I actually filmed that the other day. So I figure, you know, that one I just showed you what I got. But here we're going to test out some makeup. So I can't wait to dive right in because I'm really excited to see how some of bit by bit. Okay, so one of the first things that I was really excited to test out with you guys today, I did pick these up. Now, after I watched the Lipstick Lesbians review the other day, I was so inspired and so influenced to try this. This is the Maybelline Grippy Serum Primer, but I didn't realize, but there's also a jelly primer from Maybelline that's new as well. So I figured we would test out one side, you know, one side with the Grippy and one side with the jelly and see which one is better. Hopefully you could see which one might be right for you. I know that a lot of people got the Grippy serum and they said that it has actually skincare ingredients in it and they had dark spots, and they said this actually took away the dark spots, but this is supposed to leave you looking poreless, the jelly one. So let's go ahead and test out one side with one product and one side with the other. So let's go ahead and do it like Lipstick Lesbians Alexis did. She actually said, you know, when you're testing makeup, she said it's good to put on a ton. So that's what I'll go ahead and do here. So I just put on a pretty good amount, and it's actually dripping in my mouth now, which is not a good thing, but it feels really good on the skin, very serum-like and very lightweight. It feels like water, actually. It doesn't even feel like a thick serum. It feels just like water. Let me go ahead and put some more on because it doesn't feel like there's a lot of product. I feel like I need more. So what's again really nice about this is that it's supposed to have some really good skincare ingredients in it. And you guys, I just got home from Ulta. I don't know if you saw, I posted a TikTok about it. I was just there and they robbed the Ulta store while I was inside. It was so terrifying. I think right now I'm like still in shock. You know, it wasn't that bad. It could have been a lot worse. It was just one kid came in and it looked like he was a teenager, and he walked past me. He walked to the back of the store, and then with not even 5 minutes later, 3 minutes later, he's coming down the aisle. He had a huge garbage bag on his back like Santa Claus, filled with Dysons, filled with Sharks, and he couldn't get down the aisle. He couldn't fit. So he was hitting everything. He was hitting the kiosk. He was hitting the makeup. Everything was going flying. And yeah, it was so scary because the noise, it was like bam, bam, bam. And you were like, what is that noise? But it was everything flying and falling to the ground. So I'm just waiting for this to dry, guys. It's getting tacky now. So it took about a minute for it to get tacky. But let me finish telling you what happened. So he made it out of the store eventually. It took him a few minutes to get out of the store, and everybody was just standing there shocked. You don't want to go near these people when they do that because you don't know if they have a weapon on them. It was so scary, and we're all just standing there terrified. And you know, all the workers and the sales associate at Ulta and everybody shopping, and it was so scary, guys. And I've been terrified about this for a while because where I used to live, they had robbed the Louis Vuitton. I wasn't there, but it was all over TikTok, and they smashed the glass and they were smashing things, and it was like six guys, and it was really scary looking. So I've been scared about that for a while. I've never even gone back to, I don't like to even go back to that mall where that happened because there's a Sephora there and things like that, but I don't even want to go in that mall ever again. So hopefully I'll go back to my new mall. But that just happened at my new mall. So at my new mall, yeah, and like I said on my TikTok, like I thought I kind of moved farther away from the city. I thought it was very quiet here. I never thought these things would happen here, but it's happening here too. So anyway, he wound up making it outside, and then all of a sudden this older lady comes in the store and she's like, he dropped everything. She goes, go outside and grab it. She goes, there's old Dysons on the floor, and she goes, go get it, girl. And everybody, the sales associate at Ulta ran outside to go get it, like 5 of them, and they went and they came back carrying the Dysons, and there were Sharks, the Shark blow dryer, I guess, and all kinds of big tools, like pricey beauty tools. I guess that's what he wanted, to take the pricey things so he could resell them or whatnot. But I was so scared. I was so scared for them to go outside. I was like, please don't, because I didn't know if somebody's outside waiting and it hurt them. But thank God nothing happened. He obviously dropped everything and he ran off, and nobody could find him. They were looking for him, but nobody could find him. But it was so scary. Everybody was so scared. Those poor sales associate at Ulta, they have to go back to work, and a lot of them were crying. It was so, everybody stay safe, you know. But anyway, let's see what this is doing right now. It feels extremely tacky. Feels very sticky, much tackier than my Milk Makeup primers that are similar in formula to this. This is very sticky. So it's grippy, like they say, it's grippy. So this is a grippy. And now let's test out the jelly on this side. So this one, oh, this one is more silicone-like. Neither of these have a scent, which is really nice. This feels very soft on your skin. It feels very soothing initially, whereas this just felt like water as soon as you put it on. But this feels very soothing as soon as you put it on. So let's let it dry down and see what kind of effect it makes. But yeah, guys, have you ever been in a store and that's happened? It's so scary. You know, I feel so sad for everybody that has to go back and be scared. I hope they're not scared, you know. They were really so brave though to go outside and go get all the Dyson. They were all carrying them in, and this guy, he must have got them. They were carrying in like 30. I don't know how he did it so fast. There was like 3 different Ulta employees, and they were all carrying like, it looked like they were carrying like at least 5 each. Like, how did he grab them all so fast? And he looked like a teenager. He looked like a little kid. He was so tiny. He was so short. I don't know. And he smelled like weed because he walked past me and he smelled so much like he must have smoked like a ton to get the courage up or something to come in the store. He smelled so bad because when he first walked in the store, he walked past me and I smelled him and I was like, what the heck is that? Why? I've smelled weed before. It was way stronger than anything I've ever smelled. It was so potent. It was weird. It was very weird. And then that's why I looked and I was like, what? And I saw him walking to the back. And again, within not even 3 minutes went by, all of a sudden, boom, boom, bang. And he's like knocking everything over. He had the bag stuffed to the gills. So I hope I'm not afraid to go back to the wall. Thank God, like he just came and left. But let's see here. Now this is dried down. This feels very moisturizing in comparison. This feels very sticky. This feels like it might keep your makeup in place better. If maybe it will stay less oily. You know what I mean? Maybe this one feels very moisturizing, very soothing. You know, this one, I don't really see much of a difference, but this one does seem to have made my skin look smoother. And this one just, I guess, has a ton of skincare in it. So it says Makeup Grip Primer. So what do you guys think? Which one do you like better? Have you tried these before? So this again is the grippy and this one is the jelly. So which one do you like better? Let me know down below if you've tried these. Off the top of my head though, I really like the way this one feels, the jelly. But this one, if you have dark spots, a lot of people said it took away their dark spots. So that's the good news, right? Let's keep it moving, guys. Let's see what else we got here. I got, this is from Tree Hut. This is called Coco Colada Moisturizing Body Lotion. This is very nice, but I have to say I do prefer the EOS Vanilla Lotion. That is deeply hydrating. This is not as hydrating, but it has a very nice scent. Now this is, oh my goodness, a 10 out of a 10. This is amazing, drugstore better than high-end. This is my second bottle now. This is the Tree Hut Tropic Glow Firming Body Oil. This smells exactly like the Sol de Janeiro products. And if you've ever tried the Sol de Janeiro body oil, it's the same thing, but it's much less of, you know, it's much more affordable. It's much less expensive. So this really does firm your body. It smells so good. It doesn't leave you feeling sticky. It doesn't leave you feeling oily. I had purchased the Patra Ta body oil, again, Sol de Janeiro. This is the same thing, but it's much more affordable and smells so good. It's, oh my goodness, I absolutely love this. So this is my second bottle. So I'm so glad I got another one because I just ran out of my other one. Now here is something else that I got new. This is from MAC. This is their new formula. These are now talc-free, the Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation Powder. So these again they're now talc-free. So I'm gonna try that out. And in a moment, I did get these OPI press-on nails. These are, I love these nails. These are instant gel-like. The thing about these OPI nails that's so good is that these last, the glue must be something special. I don't know what it is, but these don't come off. I've had these grow out, like you cannot believe, before. I just take them off because they grow out and they just, you know, they don't look good. But if you didn't take them off, they would stay. They're that good. So, and I get so many compliments when I wear those OPI nails. Everybody asks me, oh, where do you get your nails done? I'm like, oh no, they're $10 at Ulta instead of before I used to spend $100 at the nail salon. So guys, okay, I did get this. Well, I got this today at Ulta. This is the Morphe Glazed. This is a pink lip gloss. So I'm going to test this out with you guys. This is called Glint of Pink. Now, I really wanted to get this pink lip from Fenty. It's called Flamingo something. I will link it down below. It's pink and it has some shimmer in it. It's gorgeous. It was all sold out though, so I couldn't get it. But I'm gonna order it online, but in the meantime, I figured I would try this with, this is so gorgeous. I just picked this up from Milani. This is Milani Pink Frost lipstick. So I'm gonna try to put these two together and see if we could get the same effect as that Fenty lip. The Fenty lip is really special because it's like a lipstick and a gloss and a lip oil in one. It's so shiny, it's so pigmented, it's so special. I really wanted it again, but I couldn't, they didn't have any more. So I'm gonna test that out in a minute. And then I also got this. This is the new all day contour stay in. So I got the shade 02, and so I figured we'll test this out as well. So look at that though. Wow, it looks very nice. What is this? Let's see. Oh, here's like a sponge tip applicator, and then you twist it. Again, this is my first time trying it, so that's why I'm just trying to figure it out, just like you guys. So here it is. That looks really nice because it looks very, you know, like it's gonna be very precise, which I like. I like my contour to be just stay just where you put it, right? Okay, so guys, let me go ahead and put on, let's just put on a little, should we put on foundation or just put on a little concealer and call it a day? Because I really want to get into these new products. Okay, let's just put on a little bit of concealer here. Oh, this is too dark. This is just something I just grabbed here. That is too dark. I've been using my NARS concealer all the time. I love it, but it's, you know, right there. I want to reach for it. But anyway, guys, okay, here is just this one here. I'm just grabbing for anything. This just to, you know, make a base so we could start testing out the contour and the other. Well, maybe we should just put the contour on. Let's just put the contour on, right? Let's just go for it and put the contour on. So here's the contour. I don't have foundation on, but you guys, you know, you can see. So that's very nice, very light color. And this looks like you could probably use it to contour your nose because it's so precise. Yes, I mean, my nose is not the tiniest nose. Maybe if you have a super tiny nose, it might be too big, but yes, that's very nice to contour your nose. What do you think? Oh, you can contour. Oh, I usually don't even do this because I don't really, you know, don't want to reach for every brush, but you can contour your lips and it's not supposed to come off. You could do a lot with this. Yeah, look at that. It's so precise. Oh, love that. Maybe I should blend it out really quickly because maybe it's going to dry fast. I don't know. Again, this is my first time trying it. So let me just grab a brush really quickly here. I've been loving this brush. I'm so obsessed with this brush now. Let me just make sure I don't have any product on it. The Makeup by Mara dual-ended brush, the F4. This is the best brush ever for everything. I'm surprised I hadn't been using it, but okay, that's a beautiful color. It's neutral, so it's great for contouring. Yeah, that's beautiful. And so if you want to bronze it up, then you could put the bronzer on top of this. This is going to be for contouring. So when you contour, you want to use more of a neutral tone, but that's gorgeous. It really, you probably only need a little bit because a little bit did go a long way. So you don't need a lot of product to get a look. So what do you guys think of the color? I think it's really beautiful. Let's just blend out the nose here. It's gorgeous on the nose. Wow. Oh, look at that nose. That's, I think, my best nose contour right there. Yes, that's my, oops, I'm getting the concealer. Okay, let's blend out that concealer really quickly. I'm running out of brushes here because I've been doing all kinds of makeup and I brought my brushes now. You know, I take them away. Where did they all go? That's weird. Okay, let's use this brush here from Morphe. These Morphe brushes are so amazing. M132. And just press in this concealer. Yes, this brush is amazing. Wow. It's like it gives that feeling like a finger, you know, like that paw, kitty paw type of thing, like people love. And look how it blends under your eyes so perfectly. Beautiful. And you can clean up your contour. So what do you guys think? I'm loving it. I'm loving this brush. And I'm loving the contour. So that was definitely a good purchase. I did bring the lip product here too. I don't know if I'll put that on. Oh no, today I'm gonna try to recreate that Fenty lip because I'm obsessed with that. I wish I could remember the name of it. It was Flamingo something, Flamingo maybe Sizzle. I don't remember. Again, I'll link it down below, but I'm definitely gonna buy it because I loved it and it felt so good. It was like 3 products in one. So that's beautiful product. Love that. Okay, let me put on a little bit of powder here. Oh no, I do have this powder here from MAC. So let's test this out. So I'm just gonna set that concealer really quick. Oh, let me just put on a little blush. I just have here this Patrick Ta blush, just enough, love this. And so I'll just put a little bit of this cream blush on top. So make a nice look here, just bring it all together. So how are you guys doing? I was doing so bad before this, you know. Very weird that this happened to me today, because that is one of my worst fears. I've been thinking about it for a while. What happened today and at Ulta. And then very weird, because recently a lot of things happened that really stressed me out, and I was doing better today. I've been really having to do a lot of deep, you know, work to really set myself straight, because I was really getting upset about things that had happened, which I really want to tell you guys about, but I just don't know who watches my videos, so I don't know if I should say, because I don't think, but you know, I'll tell you guys another day. But you know, now that I'm telling you, I'm like, oh, no wonder I've been so upset. Guys, I'm gonna tell you this because I know my family doesn't watch my videos, so it's fine for me to tell you this. And anyway, I don't care. Like, it's not important. Like, okay, I have my DNA on not Ancestry, 23andMe. Now, on there, I don't have hardly any relatives on there. And then I did have my niece on there. And, you know, I had reached out to her at one point in time. She didn't write back to me. So, okay, that's that. Okay, I'm going to put on this MAC powder now. Oh, the new packaging's beautiful. Wow, I got my fingers all over it, but very pretty. Oh, very sleek and beautiful. Okay, so what happened, guys? So my niece has been on my DNA match on 23andMe. Well, you guys, lo and behold, all of a sudden they did an update, and they told me that my niece is not actually my niece. She is actually my sister, my half sister. So you guys, you know what that means? My father actually is her father. So let me tell you what happened. My father actually had a baby with my brother's wife, what he thought was his wife. And I don't talk to my family really, because a lot of crazy things happen and I couldn't deal with it. And so I haven't spoken to my father in a very long time, because every time I talked to him, he was really triggering me, a lot of bad things. My father is a guy, let's call it like this. He's a covert narcissist. He goes around acting like he's the angel of the world. He has everybody fooled that he's this angel and that he's this wonderful guy. He has been telling everybody horror stories about my mother, that she's a monster and blah, 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 and it's all lies. And then at one point in time, because she was cry all the time, and she was really upset because she always thought that he was cheating on her. And he was like, oh my God, how could you say that? I would never. I'm an angel. I'm the best thing ever, you know? I'm the most wonderful guy in the world. I always had a bad feeling because he did many, many horrible things to me, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But let me just tell you guys, one of the last times I saw my father, he was telling me, oh, I can't believe that Michael would say that I was hooking up with his wife. I can't believe he would say that. And I myself was like, why would he think that you're hooking up with his wife? I said, that's the craziest thing ever. I thought, what happened that would make him think that? That's what I thought, because my father is not some kind of Pierce Bronson type of guy. He's not like an older hottie guy. He's no Brad Pitt. I'm not being mean, guys. I'm just saying, I don't see him as being the kind of guy that people would be thinking that, you know what I mean? He's not that, he doesn't look like that, but I guess it doesn't matter. Looks are deceiving, obviously. You know, he doesn't look like that. He looks quite nerdy, you know, like not nerdy, but you know. And so my brother, though, everybody used to go on and on about how gorgeous my brother was. Everybody thought my brother was so gorgeous. And so I thought, why would his wife be hooking up with you? Why would anybody think that? It was really weird. And I remember thinking that's really weird. But my brother has a lot of problems. He has a lot of issues. So my father would always be like, oh, I'm helping him. Oh, he needs help. He needs help. I'm helping him. And I just always got the worst feeling. I actually told the priest, I go at my church, I said, I can't talk to him. It gives me so much anxiety and he makes me so upset. And my therapist told me that she told me, she didn't even know anything about him. She told me your father's a psychopath. And I was like, really? I never knew that regular people were psychopaths. I only thought like serial killers or whatever was psychopaths. She said, I told her a few things. I told her some things and she said, no, he's a psychopath. She said, you better be very careful because he was doing these things at one point in time. Or all of a sudden he showed up in my life and he was doing these things. And I realize now, I knew it at the time, but it was always everybody saying I'm crazy, you know, or everybody was painting me as a bad one, but I knew there was something weird going on, bad going on. And also he did a lot of things to me, which I'm not going to talk about right now. The sad thing is what he's done to my brother. I don't speak to my family, so I don't know, guys, what's even going on. But I feel so bad for everybody because my mother all along was right about him, and he had everybody telling everybody, oh no, she's crazy, she's mean. Can you believe that she would tell people I'm a bad person? Like he would always be playing like what was me. She was right about him. He did, you know, drive her to so much sadness that she was destroyed, you know, like a narcissist will do, they destroy you. So I do believe that he destroyed my mother by cheating on her all the time. If you cheat on someone and abuse them mentally, it's destroy them, you know? So I think that's what happened. Now, especially I have proof now, because this is proof. What you did to my brother, it was all right. It was all true about him, you know? So I know they don't watch, so it's fine for me to tell you guys this because they don't watch. Now, like I said, I did reach out to my niece, but she doesn't ring me back, so I don't know what to do. But what do you guys think, you know, things, because I've been trying, like Chanel has told me, and it brings back a lot of bad memories, you know. I don't want to talk about here. My wonderful friend here on YouTube and many of you had told me that's why I'm getting better now, because I've stopped thinking about the past. So I don't really want to think about the past, but that just came up the other day. So all at once and more things happen. I don't know, it's just all very upsetting. But guys, here is my One Size Beauty. This is really my favorite, and I don't know why I thought it was too moisturizing at first, but it's really not, unless my skin got drier, I'm not sure. But what do you guys think? I love this. It's very, definitely my prior, the older Studio Fix felt drier. This feels more moisturizing on skin, and I'm so happy I can use it again because I haven't been wanting to use products with talc in it. Like I have my Charlotte Tilbury powder. That was my one of my favorite. The Studio Fix and the Charlotte Tilbury was my favorite, but they both had talc, so I didn't want to use them anymore. But now I can go back to using this because I really love this formula and the Charlotte Tilbury. And they said that by next year in Europe, they're going to make everything, it's going to be illegal to put talc in products, I believe someone said. So what happened, guys, is that maybe Charlotte Tilbury will start making talc-free products because she's based, you know, she must have a lot of European customers, right? So guys, I'm going to try on this lip now. Hopefully this will be a dupe for that Fenty Beautiful lip. Now I'll just put this lip liner on here from Morphe, and let's see. I do have NYX brows on. Love. I got a new NYX product coming. There's a new kind of brow glue that I just ordered. I saw Jeffree Star recommending it, I believe, and I ordered that. And so let's just test this out really quickly. And that lip gloss, because this I know is gorgeous, but I hope that gloss gives that Fenty glossy look. So here is this. Love this. And this is very long lasting. So it's a pink shimmer. You're like, girl, what do you say? We got eyes. Okay, but that is actually a perfect match for the Fenty, but you need the gloss to get that Fenty look. So here is a little lip liner. And then, okay, here's the gloss. I just got this today. So let me go ahead and test this. Oh, this looks too pink maybe? I hope not. But I like it to look a little more baby pink, but let's see. So this is the Drip Glass from Morphe. Yeah. Yes, this has a shimmer in it because the Fenty lip is pink and glossy and shimmery. This looks just like the Fenty. It really does. Although I have to say but this is the same exact color as the Fenty, but I gotta say the Fenty is still glossier. So I think you're gonna need a lip oil on top to really get the Fenty look. So I just put a little. Now this looks like Fenty. Now we're getting to look exactly. No, that's exactly like Fenty. So probably you don't even need them. You could just get this because this is the color and it has shimmer. Yeah, this is it. That is the Fenty lip. Yep. If you can't get it or you just want to save, because I would take this for sure. I don't even know if you need the Milani, but the Milani's so nice. But this with a lip oil on top or some Vaseline, something glossy on top. Oh, I would get this with the Morphe Hot Honey on top. There you go. There you go. That'll be a perfect Fenty dupe. So this is kind of the finished look. Let me get closer. So let's take a look at these primers and see if there's a difference. Yes, I think this side with the jelly looks much brighter. It looks smoother. This one definitely is not as bright. This is the grippy. The jelly, do you guys see how smooth and so much brighter it looks? it looks plumper. So for me, the jelly is the way to go. The grippy, I don't see much of a difference, but maybe it has those skincare ingredients and maybe it's gonna stay in place better, but this is absolutely gorgeous, actually. This one, the jelly, is, for me, I would get the jelly. What do you guys think? Which one, if you could just get one, which one would you get? I would go back in time, I would just get the jelly for me personally. So guys, this is the finished look. I do have now those other products to show you from Sephora, or should I just make that into another video? Because I didn't realize that I was gonna tell you all these things today and it's taken. So either way, I'll just end this here now and you'll probably come back with the Sephora haul. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Let me know what you think of this new makeup. Would you pick any of these up? I'll have everything linked down below with the shop with YouTube feature. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys are all doing good and I'll see you very soon. Bye.